Hey there YouTube, Firestar307 here. Sorry it's been a while since I've done a video, but college and whatnot and finals and blah, but I went to the Detroit Regionals and I got my invite. I think I was 42nd place and the top 48 got invites or something like that. And I ran Prophecy, Spellbooks, or whatever there. We'll kind of go through how it worked out, etc., blah blah blah, matchups and stuff, but I'll go through the main deck real quick. I ran one Stoic, lets you search either Justice or Temperance, and then 3 Spellbook Magician, lets you search out all your other spellbooks, go into rank 2 exceeds, really important. Just the 1 Temperance, because you can get to your if you draw your High Priestesses earlier, you draw your Justices before you get to this. It's just really easy to for it to be dead, so I'm gonna want 1. And then 2 Justices. This is harder for it to be dead, even if you've run out of both your monsters. It still has 1600 attack, so it can still run over things. And then 3 High Priestess of Prophecy, or Junon, as she is called in the OCG. But yeah, she's just great, sort of like a Dark Arm Dragon, runs over stuff. And then 3 Medulce Magdalens. Whee! This card was really great in testing, but when I actually got to the tournament, I don't know what was wrong with it. It just kind of underperformed for me. I'd summon it, it would either get Veilered and I wouldn't have another one in hand, or I'd summon it and I'd have another one in hand and they wouldn't Veiler it, or I'd draw 3 of them, or it just didn't quite work out for me the way I hoped it would. But I ran 1 Tsukiyomi, and this worked out amazing. I beat a Samurai player. He thought he was safe. He went first turn Naturia Beast on me game 2. I just summoned this, flipped it over, played Spellbook of Power, and ran over his Naturia Beast. He just kind of lost from there, because he put all of his advantage into making Naturia Beast. And then 2 Breakers. I'd probably actually bump this up to 3, because this deck has a little bit of power, or problem with getting something with power onto the field if you don't have High Priestess right away. Because Magdalene is searchable and is easy to like cycle through as it is, it just doesn't have that much attack. And then Tragodia is great because you have a giant hand. And then 2 Effect Veilers, they're spellcasters and tuners. And it's an Effect Veiler, so yeah, it's really important. That's the monsters. I think there's 20 in the deck. And then for spells, 1 tower, you only need 1, because you can get it back reasonably easy, and even if you don't need this to win. I mean, it just helps you gain advantage. 1 Spellbook of Fate. Don't play this card if you don't know the deck very well yet. It's really hard to know when and how to use it. When to put it back into the deck as opposed to something else, etc. But it's a really great card. And then 3 Spellbook of Secrets. Searches for any other spellbook. 1 Spellbook of Life. You only need 1 again because you can put it back in the deck and search for it and stuff like that. And then 3 Spellbook of Wisdom. The combos with this and Breaker are just too good to pass up. It's just like some Breaker, they bottomless it, you call traps on it, you blow up some other back row, you play Spellbook of Power on Breaker and run over whatever monster they have. You just took out 3 of their cards for basically 2 of yours because you get a search. And you thinned out your deck. And then 2 Spellbook of Eternities. I know some people only play 1, but I think 2 is necessary, because if your 1 goes in the graveyard and your Spellbook Tower is already in the graveyard, then you're completely out of luck already. Also, it just makes it so Priestess is that much more of a usable card, because since she banishes the Spellbooks, this can just get them back for you. It just gives her so much utility. And then 1 Star Hall. This makes things just big. I've had 2400 breakers hit the field, well, without their counter even. I've had like 30, I had a 4000 attack priestess with this in power one time. I mean, I went into time against Insectors, and I had to push for a lot of damage really fast, so I had this on field, and I managed to get out a priestess, and Spellbook of Power ran over his Centipede. Next turn he plays Call to Haunted, I Veiler it, and then I do this exact same thing next turn and kill him for a game. Then 3 powers. It's just great with Breaker, great with Priestess. It works good with Magdalene too if you can get it off, but it's a little harder to. 2 Wonder Wands. This card is phenomenal. it's not even just there for the draw power. I used this to stall off against Dark Worlds. Had their third gate on the field, and I blew it up with Priestess and then equipped her with Wonder Wand, and they couldn't do anything with it. Like, they just couldn't get past a 3,000 Priestess that just kept blowing their stuff up. And then staple spells, Heavy, Dark Hole, Reborn. And then the last is just 3 traps, is Triple Threatening Roar. It's the same sort of principle as Insectors. You summon High Priestess, you blow stuff up, you maybe attack too. If you have this set, you're guaranteed a safe turn. It works also really well with your search cards, like Magdalene and Spellbook Searcher Man, Stratos, whatever his name is, Spellbook Magician. Yeah, that's the main deck. For the extra deck, if you didn't know what I was playing, you wouldn't know what to think of this, but one Gachi, you run all the level 2s, one Shining Elf, one Phoenix, one Dolce Queen Tiramisu. This, I've only ever summoned once, and when I did, I just won, but with the Magdalenes, you can actually get it out. One Cowboy, one Maestroke, one Big Eye. This thing's amazing. I beat a Dino Rabbit player, not at the tournament, it was at locals, but I just beat him because he made Zen mains, and then I blew up his 2 back rows and just being like Lance and Deepers and stole his Zen mains and passed turn, and he just couldn't do anything about the Zen mains and the Big Eye. One Gaia Thunder Charger, because you can make it piercing damage. One Gustav Max. You don't make it often, but when you do, you win. One Formula, because you can make it with Valor, and the 1-star Stoic Dude, and you get to search and draw. Catastor, Tempest Magician, because you can OTK people with Star Hall, and this. Arcanite, this pulls spell counters off anywhere on the field, so you can pull them off of Star Hall also. Ancient Fairy Dragon, blow up your opponent's field spells, search yours, or just blow them up, make way for yours. I never actually ended up using it, but it worked out great. And then Stardust as opposed to Scrap Dragon, because I have enough destruction power as it is. I need something to protect me. And then for the side deck, one more Effect Veiler. I didn't run Max C's because I didn't think they were really necessary with this deck. I mean, I just searched through it fast enough, and most good players are just gonna like push through the Max C if they know you don't have anything anyways. 2 Gemini Imps against Mermaid Atlanteans and Dark Worlds. Double Kaiku, this is probably the best card in my side deck. You just put in so much work against so many matchups and sectors, Dark Worlds, even Mermaid Atlanteans. This hurts them because they play Salvage and Pot of Avarice. If you can just keep like pulling the water monsters out of their graveyard, they can't really do a whole lot. I mean, it's more dead draws for them. Sorry, I also have a cold right now, but 1-star Hall. This is against either Mirror Match or like Burn or Exodia. I side this in and just like stack up counters on my Star Halls as fast as I can and then kill them with Tempest Magician. 2 MSTs for the back row heavy decks. 2 Mind Crushes for like whatever heroes, I guess, if you need it. Mostly Mermaid Atlanteans, stuff like that. 2 Fiendish Chains. I cited these against Insectors and it worked great. I forget what else I cited against. 2 Soul Drains. This is the worst card in my side deck. I played 2 more Mermaid Atlanteans and it never helped me once. I mean, I got it off and they just played around it. I mean, it's not that big of a card. It's like playing Soul Drain or Skill Drain against this deck. And then 1 Royal Decree for traps and stuff. But yeah, so that was the Prophecy deck that I ran at the regionals. I went X and 3. The losses were kind of dumb, but yeah, that's it. See you next time, YouTube.